G'day YouTubers, welcome back to my channel, Workshop Fun. Okay, well today this is just a strictly Victron update and solar update. It's been a long time since I did an update video. I guess I've just been so busy with doing all the building and wiring. It's been a big job. So let's get started anyway. Okay, so my original solar charger, that there is now powering a 370 watt mono cell panel, A plus grade. So that's all wired up and rigged up and finished. This one here is going to power my big panel, which is a 455 watt. I'm just waiting for the wiring to arrive and then it's going to get hooked up. Not much left to do though now. Okay, and then you got the twins. Okay, so I'm not sure. I think this one here is powering the 250 watt panel, and this one here will power the 150 watt panel, or 120 watt panel when it arrives. So all up, that will give me on my roof 1195 watts. So that has not been a small feat to get all this Victron gear in here, but boy, I gotta say, I do like the Victron gear. It all looks pretty snazzy, and every one of these is Bluetooth, so I don't get anything but the smart ones. I like to be able to see what's going on with my you know, when I've got my phone around and I can monitor everything. I have also ran the VE direct cables. There and there, they run all the way down here. Just had to take this panel off the caravan for now, but it will go back on really nice and neat. But in here, come on, focus. There we go. You can see them vaguely now. There's all the VE direct cables running down, running across here and down in here. And down to here, waiting for when I get the Cobra, or Cobra, I think it is pronounced, GX. Anyway, this time you guys can see the smart shunt a bit better. There you go. It's humming away there. I got the IP65 one, waterproof. It's just nice. You know, if a bit of moisture did happen to get down there, I know it's not going to be affected. Right. Okay. The other thing that's happened lately is... oh my goodness, still got to clean the inverter off. It's got a bit dusty. So, just down here, I got a big fan and a new vent. So when the inverter fires up and gets a bit hot, this fan is hooked up to an external temperature sensor, just this little one down here. So that's set to go off. I've forgotten what the temperature was that I set it to go off on, but yeah, it'll all kick off, and then when it gets back down to a certain temperature, of course it'll shut off again. So that's all good and, you know, ready to rock and roll. Once again, this is all just hours of work, hours and hours. It's great fun, you know, setting it all up, but yeah, it takes a lot of concentration. Anyway, now today I had been waiting for one little thing to arrive. Gosh, it's running a bit bright. There we go. Well, not little. Okay, this used to be, oh, my goodness, this used to be my AC charger, Victron Blue Smart Charger. Nice charger, 30 amp. I do find their feet a bit vulnerable. Like, I'm not rough on my gear, I'm very careful actually, and these feet just fell apart so easily. Yeah, I was a little bit ticked off at that. Yeah. Victron usually uses aluminium on their feet, but with this, they cheaped out and used plastic. Anyway, needless to say, that's not the reason why I have changed my AC charger. You see, one day with all of this, I do plan to be off-grid, and one day I'd like to have my own property and be able to supply a tiny home with my setup here, and a little bit more, of course. So, you know, once I get my solar set up externally from the caravan as well, because I plan to have solar panels, you know, on like a frame or something out on my property, and they can run back to the caravan and go into some lithium-ion batteries when I get them. But occasionally, you know, solar just won't cut it, and you have to fire up a generator. And, you know, you can plug the caravan straight into the generator through the 10 amp wall plug, and then that'll fire up the AC charger. So this AC charger, it's a Blue Smart Charger, and it's a 30 amp. Now, I could have opted to get the inverter with the charger built in, but I just got the Phoenix Compact. That was a personal choice. You know, I kind of like the idea of everything being modular. I know some people, you know, they wouldn't be interested in that idea, you know, why you do that, blah blah blah. But hey, it was my choice and I'm happy with it. So anyway, today it finally arrived in the post. I've been waiting for ages, and I've installed it all now. This here is the gruntiest Phoenix, what would you say, the gruntiest Phoenix Smart Charger in the range where it's compact. You can get the much bigger ones, but they're huge. But this here, it's still a beast. It's 3.7 kgs, this thing. But this thing here is a 50 amp with 3 outputs. So it can split the output, it can split the 50 amps over, you know, several outputs. But the other thing I like about this too is not only is it gruntier, but it's also got a relay, so I can program this to turn on and off when the battery falls below a certain level. Yeah, so just a fantastic charger. A lot dearer than the Blue Smart Charger, but definitely worth the extra money. So I've wired this up with twin core 10mm squared cable, and there is a inline fuse behind this board here. Well, it's not an inline fuse, it's an automatic resettable fuse. It's a 50 amp. So yeah, I just set that up today. It took a long time, my goodness. So I had to run the cable, which is in behind here, through here, up along here, down into here, and that now connects onto this bus bar, and this bus bar handles all the solar as well, and that has 16mm square cable running down to my main bus bar, which hooks up to the battery bank, which is this bus bar here. Once again, all fused. I got a breaker for the solar and for the charger. There's a resettable breaker right there. Everything's fused. Wouldn't be without them. So in behind the panel, which the new charger is sitting on, is one of these just floating with the rubber cap on it, of course. And yeah, it's all rigged up to protect my charger. So I would say that this is really getting to be a pretty serious setup now. I'm quite pleased with how it's all coming out, really. Actually, it's just very nice. Yeah, and there's a lot to be said about the Victron gear. I mean, it just looks nice. It's modular. Like, they all look the same. That's the other reason why I liked the new charger, is this one looks very different from all my other gear. Come to here, nice blue modular devices, come over into here, boom. There she sits, another nice blue modular charger. And it's all the same. It sort of just flows rather than, yeah, changes shape. Really cool. Excuse me, pardon me. Now I'm just going to pause the video and I'll show you people my solar panels. Right, so there's the 370 watt. Hard to focus this one, but sorry, I'm up on a ladder here, guys. Okay, so that there is the 455 watt. That there is the 250 watt, and the 120 watt will go right up the front there. Just been running all the, you know, wires and stuff. So with this 455 watt, I also shelled out and got the extra large middle feet to save it warping. You know, these panels, they ain't cheap, so they're worth protecting. You know, nothing's screwed down either with these feet. They're just glued down with very strong adhesive. And the panels, they'll be screwed into the feet. But no drilling holes in the roof. In actual fact, I've been getting rid of holes, thank goodness. It's another nice thing. I don't believe I've actually added holes in putting all these panels on. I believe I've actually got rid of holes. It's great. So between the 4 panels when they arrive, that will give me, yeah, 1195 watts. So that's not to be sneezed at, and that's on board. I think one day I will get a another MPPT charger, and I'll get the 150 by 80, and that'll power my external panels, and that'll probably be like another 1200 watts, maybe even, I'm not too sure, I need to double check, might even get 1400 watts out of them. So yeah, okay, so I'll just pause again. So yeah, that's about all for now. I'm very happy with the way everything's turned out. It's been a, like I said, it's been a massive job. I have spent hours and hours and hours doing this. Even rebuilding this cabinet here, you know, like this here is 20mm thick pine, and that's glued onto the original caravan wall, glued and screwed, and then I bogged over all the screws so you can't see them. Then I put a real solid bottom on this too, then to give it extra strength and create the lip again, because I will have cups in here, you know, my clean cups and stuff. I ran this 25mm stainless steel right angle by 3mm thick. Then I had to chop these things down a little bit. No, I didn't have to chop them down, I just had to chop the ends off and fix them up a bit. They're already broken anyway, so they took a bit of repairing. But anyway, hey, they're done. You know, ran the LED lights up here, made this is handmade, so this is all varnished. I put 8 coats on that, and I handmade this, like, so this was all shaped, and this is a pine edge, and then you got the nice, goodness knows what it is. It was came on a pallet, I think, or something. Very light wood. It reminds me of the same timber that they use in Venetia blinds. So then, you know, I had to run a bit of pine up here and behind this, and then I painted it all, and now that screws on with 2 screws into that bit of pine. So that's hiding all the cabling, which is still tidy, but there is a lot of it now. And in here is also my surround sound stuff. That's for my Samson surround sound speakers. That's for me LEDs down here. So, you know, there's a heck of a lot in here now. And tonight I just ran the 10mm twin core wire all the way through here, down into, but in behind here I had to drill a hole through this wall and this wall, and then ran the wiring through and behind here. And then I got these cable tie holders, little square things. They're amazing, and they attach on with double-sided tape, and you can also screw them in. So I screwed them in as well, and that holds this 10mm cable away from this sliding door. But to also stop this sliding door, I put a block in behind there. So this is as far as this sliding door will go now, but that stops it hitting all the cables. So, you know, there is a bit of sacrifice, but in saying that, this door is open enough to, you know, reach in there and get stuff. So not really a big drama for me. There's always compromise with things. Yeah. Oh, I'll show you another quick thing. So just in there, that's the 370 watts solar cable, and this is where I had to take out the toilet hatch, and now the wiring is running through. I'm going to tidy this up, and this is going to get completely covered. You won't even know that there was a hatch here, and then it'll get repainted like the rest of the bathroom. So, big jobs, all coming together. It's amazing what you can do when you put your mind to it. Anyway, that's about all for now. I just will finish off with this charger. You know, one thing that bugged me is there's not very many people using this charger, and there's not very many reviews of them on the internet, and yet they are a fantastic charger. But more and more people are opting to get the Multi Plus too, you know, and the Multi Plus, and there's a whole variety, but you know, with the charger built in to the inverter. I'm a bit old fashioned. I like the separate, you know. I know some people wouldn't like that, but that's me. Okay then, well, thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed this, and until next time, stay safe, stay well, keep out of any harm. Cheers.